This is Epic Book Recaps, a podcast that offers complimentary audio summaries of influential nonfiction books, making learning a smarter experience. Essential Reiki by Diane Stein. In 1983, Diane Stein was first introduced to hands-on healing practices. Since then, she has continuously developed her skills by participating in workshops and offering her services to others at no charge. Her encounter with Reiki occurred in 1987 after two individuals saw her perform a brief hands-on healing and decided to approach her. They inquired about the person who instructed her in Reiki and were adamant about touching her hands. Post-healing, her hands were warm, confirming that Diane indeed practiced Reiki healing. She had a strong desire to delve deeper into the subject. Doubt can hinder advancement. Pursue your inquisitiveness and investigate all things personally. The aspiration appeared impossible as the expense for learning Reiki soared to $10,000 for each class. Nonetheless, Diane met a lady who permitted her to participate in the courses for free. Consequently, Diane wasn't accredited as a Reiki master, yet this did not hinder her from helping to heal people and sharing her understanding with fellow Reiki learners. She initiated teaching at affordable rates, promoting a clearer understanding of the healing method. Consider how many individuals might possess the ability to heal without even realizing it. Intrigued? Let's delve into the mysterious realm of healing forces and explore the capabilities of Reiki. Reiki, a method of healing through touch, has its origins in the old deities of India. According to myth, a once female Shiva bestowed Reiki upon humans, incorporating it into our DNA as an inherent entitlement for everyone. Nevertheless, the conventional form of Reiki, as it is practiced in modern times, established its foundations around the mid-19th century. Mikao Usui, a Japanese educator and minister of the Christian faith, held a keen interest in studying the healing methods of the world's most renowned healers. He theorized that Jesus and Buddha employed comparable techniques for healing, prompting him to embark on a journey to discover their methods. His exploration initially guided him towards the secret rituals found within the tantric traditions of Tibetan Buddhism. Inside a Zen Buddhist retreat, Usui came across old manuscripts written in Sanskrit that described Reiki, a method of healing that could be applied universally. He recognized its efficacy during an ascent of Mount Koriyama. It was there that, following a toe injury, he managed to heal himself immediately using Reiki methods. His was the inaugural encounter with a Reiki attunement, during which he had visions that unveiled the symbols associated with this healing art to him. Energy that is omnipresent has the ability to restore and reinforce us. Utilizing the knowledge he acquired, Usui spent numerous years helping the destitute of Kyoto. He succeeded in educating between 16 to 18 Reiki masters. Following Usui's passing, one of his disciples continued the work, establishing a Reiki clinic in Kyoto. This clinic provided the general public with access to healing sessions and educational talks. A woman from Hawaii with Japanese heritage, Hawayo Takata, was guided towards an alternative option instead of undergoing dangerous surgery. Following a remarkable recovery, she made it her mission to spread Reiki around the world, initially bringing it to Hawaii, followed by the continental United States, Canada, and Europe. Takata's teaching methods sparked debate due to her insistence on charging high fees for Reiki instruction, operating on the principle that one must invest financially to appreciate its worth. However, this policy effectively barred many aspiring practitioners lacking the economic resources from accessing Reiki training. Stein's stance diverges significantly. She is of the opinion that the understanding of healing ought to be accessible to all individuals eager to use this energy for benevolent purposes. Throughout the ages, the sense of touch has provided reassurance and remedial care. When injured, we naturally use our hands to alleviate discomfort. This intuitive response underpins Reiki, a therapeutic technique that taps into the vital energy found within all living creatures. Reiki is distinct from other forms of therapeutic touch because it includes a special attunement procedure that enables the individual receiving it to become a healer themselves. This practice is based on the idea that anyone can harness this vital energy to tackle issues related to the body emotions, and spirit. In order to qualify as a Reiki practitioner, an individual needs to clear 3 levels of proficiency. The initial phase familiarizes individuals with hands-on healing techniques, with an emphasis on addressing bodily ailments. It is imperative for the practitioner to apply Reiki for their own healing before attempting to heal others. Moving on to the second level, individuals experience an increase in the healing energy's power, which enables them to heal on an emotional and mental level. Here, they confront their personal unresolved emotional problems and begin the process of healing others. The ultimate stage advances the practitioner to a master charged teacher status, emphasizing the practice of spiritual healing and the distribution of this powerful energy across the globe. The principles of Reiki suggest that bodily discomfort is frequently a manifestation of emotional or spiritual turmoil. For healing to be effective, it must tackle not only the outward signs, but also the underlying source of the discomfort. Practitioners of Reiki promote a comprehensive strategy towards overall health. Pain transcends the mere physical sensation. It encompasses profound emotional and spiritual aspects as well. Numerous individuals have felt the positive impact of Reiki therapy. Take Jane as an instance. She endured major injuries to her spine. Medical professionals informed her that it was probable she would require a wheelchair for mobility and undergo extended rehabilitation. Diane chose to administer Reiki therapy on her, placing her hands to ease a muscle cramp that was hindering her mobility. Afterwards, she came back with a pair of additional practitioners to conduct a comprehensive healing treatment on the entire body. Astonishingly, Jane made a rapid recovery, much to the doctor's amazement, and regained her ability to walk within just 2.5 weeks. It should not be misunderstood that Reiki is intended to substitute conventional diagnosis and treatment techniques. Nevertheless, its influence extends past the typical limits of medical healing, providing an alternative possibility for individuals who have found traditional medical treatments insufficient and are seeking to explore a different approach. The Reiki technique mainly involves the practice of healing through energy. Therefore, a skilled healer is capable of directing universal energy from themselves to another individual. The transfer of such energy from the healer to the person receiving it holds the possibility for healing, change, and the advancement of psychic abilities. Nonetheless, the results of the healing efforts are not determined by the person providing the healing. At times, the expected results of healing may not be readily apparent or occur straight away, possibly owing to the doubts, destiny, or decisions of the individual seeking healing. Additionally, the person on the receiving end may not always be prepared to embrace the healing they are being offered. Consequently, an individual must be receptive to accepting this energy. At the same time, the responsibility of the healer is to channel cosmic energy, enabling its utilization based on the recipient's willingness and capacity to receive it. Recovery originates internally, supported by the cosmic force. Some individuals who practice Reiki may find that they gain psychic skills. It is not unusual for Reiki experts to be able to identify problems by sensing the underlying source of discomfort. Often, they have the ability to quickly assess a person, pinpoint their areas of pain, and decide the best points to focus their therapeutic energy on. Upon comprehension of their own energy, those who practice can infuse various items such as water, food, crystals, or medications with the power of Reiki, endowing them with therapeutic qualities. These energized items can improve the health of individuals who use them. An interesting aspect of Reiki is its inability to cause damage. Reiki practitioners are not at risk of causing harm. At worst, the Reiki healing might not produce a result, but it will never be detrimental to the person receiving it. Reiki, while not being a religion, is steeped in Eastern philosophical teachings. Its core principles offer a guide for a harmonious lifestyle, encouraging tranquility, thankfulness, truthfulness, and compassion. Today, let go of your concerns and set aside your anger. Pay respect to your parents, mentors, and those older than you. Make an honest living and express thankfulness for all that surrounds you. These guidelines promote a lifestyle that is in sync with our own being and the environment we inhabit, nurturing a feeling of unity with every living entity. When beginning to practice Reiki, the initial phase is focused on self-healing. This entails positioning the hands directly on or slightly over specific areas of the body, which starts the inward transfer of energy. Beginners might notice a sudden increase in the temperature of their hands, which is an indication that the energy has begun to move on its own, gearing up to aid in the healing process. As someone progresses in their Reiki practice, they become prepared to extend healing to other individuals. They might notice an increase in warmth in their hands as they draw near to a person in need of healing. The mere act of intending to heal is a potent catalyst, instinctively directing the flow of Reiki energy to the areas that require it most. The method is based on instinct, directed by what one feels in their hands. When the healing practitioner's hands draw near a person's back and a surge of heat is perceived, it is an indication to pause and permit the transfer of energy to the individual. This natural ability to sense where to heal is enhanced through regular practice. It assists the expert in knowing when to move their attention to a different area of the body. Instinct serves as the most reliable advisor during the recovery journey. Cats and infants, due to their inherent sensitivity, are especially attracted to the energy of Reiki. Nevertheless, this cosmic energy is something that all creatures can sense, since we all possess an intrinsic bond with our environment. When someone places both hands on themselves or another person with the goal of providing healing, the energy of Reiki begins to flow naturally. Reiki healing sessions ought to create a tranquil environment. It is advantageous to have gentle, calming music playing and keep disruptions to a minimum to foster a setting that encourages relaxation and openness. Both the healer and the person receiving the healing stay dressed throughout the session to ensure the energy flows freely without being hindered by bodily unease. There isn't really an incorrect method for performing Reiki. Every practitioner has their unique style in applying their hands in the order of their technique throughout the treatment. The energy inherently understands where to go and will naturally travel to those areas. This energy can emanate from any part of the practitioner's body. What's most important is the desire to aid in healing. The energy itself will handle everything else. Reiki healing, despite being reliant on intuition, involves a series of steps in its practice. The practitioner makes certain that they feel completely at ease with their attire and the room's climate to avoid any tension when they begin the healing process. Meanwhile, the individual receiving treatment remains still throughout the whole session. The initial placement of the hands, starting from the head down to the heart, lays the groundwork for a profound and rejuvenating encounter. This often guides those receiving it into a tranquil state where they might fall asleep or enter a meditative state that feels as if they are outside of their own body. Subsequently, the practitioner maintains the position of their hands from the chest down to the legs, stopping at certain points as needed. The entire session stretches for a minimum duration of 1 hour. Gradually, the recipient comes back to a state of alertness. They need to rise slowly, since it's common to feel somewhat dizzy afterwards. The practitioner may provide a glass of water to aid in rehydrating the body. During the intermediate level of Reiki instruction, learners are taught additional techniques to further promote mental and emotional purification. This includes learning special Reiki symbols, which, when sketched into the air while performing a Reiki treatment, help to access more profound aspects of the mind. It's essential for all Reiki masters to commit these symbols to memory and utilize them with great respect, given that they are considered holy symbols of the healing power. Reiki practitioners can collaborate, enhancing the efficacy and swiftness of the healing process. By applying multiple hand techniques, simultaneously they can amplify the session's impact. This modality fosters a network of healers sharing a unified purpose. Nonetheless, it is advisable to proceed with caution through the different stages of Reiki. A minimum of 3 months should be allowed between each level to ensure ample practice time without depleting one's energetic reserves. Every healer must acclimate their body to a different level of energy prior to advancing to a subsequent one. Were you aware that Ki in Reiki represents the vital energy of life? It serves as the bond that intertwines the physical with the spiritual within all creatures. In different cultures, this identical force is known as prana in India and Qi in China. Each person has the capability to heal others as well as themselves. Reiki is a testament to this truth. It provides a simplified and easy-to-approach method of healing, which greatly emphasizes the immense strength inherent in every individual. Hundreds of years since it was first identified, Reiki continues to link us to the healing power of the cosmos, transcending economic or cultural differences. It addresses every aspect of alleviating our suffering, whether it's bodily, mental, or soulful. Reiki begins by focusing on inner healing, prompting us to prioritize our own well-being before helping others. At its core, it teaches us that all forms of healing must originate from within ourselves. Do this. Study the hand placements used in Reiki therapy. Devote a minimum of 5 minutes to each stance during your practice, ensuring the entire routine lasts around an hour. Ideally, perform this routine either just before going to bed or immediately following waking up. Schedule a Reiki therapy appointment to experience a profound engagement with the technique through receiving its benefits.